Hello everyone, in this tutorial we are going to learn how to create CRUD operation in Laravel 12 with Vue Starter Kit. Let's talk about the development tools that we are going to use. We are going to use XAMPP to set up PHP, database, and server. We are using XAMPP to create a web server on local machine. If you don't know how to set up Laravel from scratch, I highly recommend you watch my previous video. I will put the link in the description. And then you need to install Composer, which is a dependency manager for PHP. And you need to install Node.js. We actually use Node.js to compile and build front end. We will use Visual Studio Code as a text editor. So make sure that you install all of these software on your computer. What is CRUD operation? When we talk about CRUD operation, we actually refer to the 4 basics operation you can perform on data in most applications. For example, you can create data in your application, you can read data on your application, and you can update the data in your application, and you can delete the data in your application. For example, you can register a new user. This is how you create data. You can view a user or list users from the database, and you can update or change user information when you want to update information. And you can remove data or delete a user from a website. This is the example of CRUD operation in most of applications. So let's talk about Vue Starter Kit in Laravel. So Vue Starter Kit in Laravel use this technology: Inertia, Vue 3, Tailwind 4, and Shadcn UI. So what exactly is Inertia? It allows you to create a single page application without writing a separate API. It also interacts with Vue 3, which is a JavaScript framework used for build interact web user interface. Tailwind CSS version 4 is a CSS framework that allows you to build modern responsive design quickly. Shadcn UI will provide you multiple Vue components designed for building user interface. If you don't know how to use it, don't worry about it. I will teach you step by step. Okay, this is Laravel MVC architecture for Vue Starter Kit. When we talk about this MVC architecture, we actually talk about model, controller, and Vue over here. This is the language that we use in Vue, which is the front end part. I've shown HTML, Vue, Tailwind CSS, and Shadcn over here. And when the user click on a link or anything, make an action, it will go to route, and then it will go to controller. And if it need data from database, it will interact with model. And then the model will get data from database. The database software can be SQLite, MySQL, or MariaDB. It depends on you. So Laravel support all of these software. The database will return data to model. Model will map that data to object and return to controller. And controller will pass only necessary information to Vue. And you will see Inertia over here. In this architecture, Inertia will interact with controller and Vue. I hope you understand the big picture of this architecture. And you will understand more about this architecture, front end and back end when we code. When we start coding, I will use this architecture to explain you step by step. So it's easy for you to understand MVC architecture. And it's easy for you to follow along. Okay guys, we are going to start with install Laravel on our computer. Because I use XAMPP, so I have to start XAMPP application over here. Make sure that you start here. If you don't know how to use XAMPP with Laravel, I highly recommend you watch my previous video about how to install Laravel with XAMPP. I will put the link in the description. And then let's open Drive C. Let's go to C drive and then go to XAMPP over here and then go to htdocs. I will install Laravel in this directory. So make a right click, open in terminal, and let's open command prompt over here. I will close this one. This is not the right directory. Let me go back one step and then go back one step and then go to XAMPP and then htdocs. And if you go to Google Chrome and then go to Laravel website and go to documentation and go to installation, this is how you install Laravel. So you install with this command and then you create an application with this command. So I will use this command to create an application because I have run this command before. Okay, let's go back to here and then put Laravel, new, and the name of the application, I will name it Lala Vue CRUD. Hit enter. And then it will ask me which starter kit that I like to install, and I will go with Vue. Okay, and then just choose Laravel for the authentication system, and then for the testing framework we are going to go with 0, which is past. The installation process is going to take for a while. Alright, then it's going to ask us, would you like to run npm install and npm run build? Just type yes. So far so good. We are going to get inside this directory by type cd lala vue crud, and then we are going to type code dot to open this project with Visual Studio Code. And over here has a suggestion that you can use composer run dev to run the application. Okay, go trust and then go to terminal and new terminal, and over here just go to command prompt. I'm going to close this one, and then just type composer run dev to run the application. Okay, you will see that our application is running under this URL. You can press Ctrl and click on it. It will automatically open the application for you. Okay, you can create a new user over here. For example, I will type Alex, and then the email address is Alex Devtamin. You have to type your email address and then password. Okay, we successfully log into the application. If we go back to the code, and if you go to database folder over here and then go to database SQLite, and you will see the database overview over here, and then you can click user table over here, and you will see my data is here. Okay, make sure that you have installed SQLite viewer free to view SQLite, and you can switch the database. If you don't like SQLite, you can switch the database over here, but make sure that when you switch the database you have to run migration again. Okay everyone, let's take a look at the application first. Let's go to profiles over here, Alex, and go to settings, and then you can change password over here, change the appearance over here. For example, if you need dark color, and if you need light color, or you can change to system. And then go to this link will be go to outside website, and then if you go back here and go to documentation, it will redirect to Laravel documentation. And if you go to dashboard, here is the dashboard. I will add a menu over here under dashboard here. I will show you how to do it. Let's go to Visual Studio Code. Okay, because we are working on front end, let's go to resources and then go to view. Actually, this is the first entry of the application. We have to go to JavaScript over here, JS, and then go to pages. This is the welcome page, and this is the dashboard page, which is this page. So, and over here, if you scroll down, you will see app layout over here. So app layout is used to design the layout of our application over here. If you press Ctrl and click on app layout over here, it will redirect you to this folder, layouts and app layout over here. So this is auth layout for authentication. This is app layout. Over here you will see that app layout is actually import from layout app sidebar. So you can press Control and click over here, and it will redirect you to layout over here in JS, and layout and app sidebar. There's two sections over here. The first one is sidebar and the second one is app content. This is sidebar and this is app content. Okay, if you want to make change on sidebar, you will see that sidebar is imported from components app sidebar. Let's go to component app sidebar, control and click on over here. You will see over here JS component app sidebar over here. Okay, over here you will see Git repository, which is this link, and this is documentation. It will show you over here. Because we want to add a menu under dashboard over here, so we are going to add the new JSON object over here. We can actually just copy this object and paste it over here. And if you go back here, you will see two dashboard icon. Actually, we are going to change this one to products. And the URL should be products. And the icon, actually the icon comes from Lucid Vue Next. We can copy this one and search on Google, and you just go to Lucid Vue Next over here. Let's go to icons over here. So this is all icon that you can use from Lucid's library. So I can search for product over here. I think this icon is looking good, and you can click on see in action. You can use this in Vue, and you just copy package search over here and just import it over here, and then just copy this one and put this over here. So if you go back to here, the application, you will see products over here, and if you click on this, it will show you not found because we haven't created a link or a route for this URL yet. Okay, actually if you look at the architecture over here, Laravel MVC architecture, we are over here. Actually when we click on product, it will send our product URL to route, so we have to go to route to create this route. For example, let me go to routes over here, and you will see web.php. You will see this is the route for dashboard. So we are going to create a new route for product. Because products Vue has many routes, so I will use a group to group all routes together. Let's create a new route, and then I will go with the middleware first, and then only authentication user can access this route, right? And only verify user, and then we will use group over here and function. Okay, inside here we can create multiple route. For example, if we get route get, so if user send a get request to here, products, okay, product this route is this route. See, okay, if user click on products, so then I want is to go to controller, right? So the controller, we have to specify controller over here, but we don't have a controller for product yet. We have to create a controller for product, and we can name this route, name it, and we can name it products.index. So let's create a controller for product, this controller. We can use command line to create a controller. Go to command prompt, PHP artisan make controller, product controller, hit enter. And if you go to app and then HTTP and then go to controllers, you will see product controllers files over here, and then you can create public.function index, because this is the index page of products. Okay, and then we can return, we can call inertia, okay, and render and products slash index. So we have to create this page, product slash index, and don't forget to import this one. Mine is automatically imported. Okay, we have to create these files because we are in controller right now, right? And we don't actually get any data from model yet. We just use inertia to return to Vue, and this one is Vue. So in Vue, where we create Vue, so actually we create Vue in JS over here, right? Resource JS, and then pages, And I'm going to create a folder over here, products. Okay, and we create index.vue over here. So in index.vue over here, you can actually copy the layout from here. It looks similar, dashboard, and we just paste this over here. Actually, we don't need this one. I will remove this one. And this one I will change is to padding 4. Okay. And this one will put task. And this one is product page. Products. And the URL is products. This should work good. Let's go to the application. And when we click on products, why is return nothing? Actually, I forget to import product controller over here. Import this controller to here, and we call this function. Okay, we import product controller, and then we put class. Mine is automatically import because I think I use like Laravel extension over here, so don't forget to use Laravel extension. And then we put function over here, the function that we wanna call in product controller, which is index. Okay, save. And if we go back here, refresh, and if we go to products, okay, something wrong, we have to fix it. Let's check with controller over here. Actually, I need to specify prop over here. So because I have nothing to return to Vue, so I just put empty array. See, it's worked. So far we have done create index for products. The next step, we are going to create a create button over here, so a user can click on the button and create a product. Okay, let's go back to index.vue. Over here, task, I will put button over here. Actually, we import button from component UI and then button over here. Okay, if I put button over here, let's see if auto import for me. No, if I pass controls and space, and then I can choose to import is from here. Add component UI button, this one. Okay, over here we can put create a product. Okay, if we go back here, you will see a button over here. When I click on this button, I want is to go to create a product page. If you look at the architecture over here, if we click on over here, we have to go to route first. So let's go to route or go to web.php to create a route. Okay, we can copy this route and just put the second route over here. And this one we put get, and this one product should be create, something like this, the URL, and the function in product controller should be create. And this one, the name of the route is products create. Okay, and if you go to product controller, press control and click on over here, you have to create a new function, public function create over here, and it's kind of return the same thing. So I copy it over here and put this over here. This one I change to create. Okay, but we have to go to this folder and create these Vue files. For example, we go to JS and then go to pages and products, and then create a new files, create.vue. I can copy structure from here and put this over here. Okay, in breadcrumb, title is going to be create a product, and the URL should be products create, and head title over here, it should be create a product. Then I will remove this button. Then let me create a text over here, create a product page. This is for reference only. If you go to index.vue over here, you can put a route over here. Because we are using Inertia, so we are going to use link to cover this button, link. And don't forget to import it from Inertia, control space, and you will see Inertia over here. And it will automatically include it over here. Okay, we close the tag over here. Link. And over here we have to put colon href and then route. And the route is this route. Okay, products create. Okay, we can put products create over here. Save. So this should work. And if we go back to the application, refresh it, and if you click on create a product, it will redirect you to this page, create a product page. So we have to decide this form so user can input data. Okay, let's go to create.vue over here. We are going to design a form together. So over here, let's create a form. And then just put a div over here. I'm going to put label over here. Let's press Control space. And then I'm going to import label from add components UI label.vue. Okay, you will see it's automatically import for me over here. This label for product name. And I put name over here. And the second one is input component. Let's press Control space over here and import its form components UI input.ui. This one. So these components come from Shadcn UI. Let's go to search for Shadcn Vue and click on this one. See this website. And if you go to docs over here, and if you scroll down, you will see label over here. This is how to use it. See? And for input, this one code, this is how you use it. You import its form add component UI input, and then you use it like this. Just want to let you know. Okay, and then type for this one is text, and placeholder is for name. Okay, let's take a look a little bit over here. Okay, I need some space between these two components. Okay, let's put space over here. Class, this class from Tailwind, space, y-axis 2. Okay, let's take a look. It looks good. But this input is too long. Over here in form, I will put class, and then width is 8 by 12. And space y is 4. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, it looks good. Okay, let's copy this div and create a second input. Let's format document. Okay. Okay, over here, this one can be price, and the input can be number. And this one is price. Okay, and next let's format this one, and then this one is description. I have to change this one to products price, and then product description, and this one text, and placeholder is description. And then we need a button to submit this form. Button. Okay, and then type can be submit, and this one add a product. Or this one needs to be outside here. Okay, this look good. The next step, I will show you how to get information from this input box, and then when a user hit a submit button over here, and the information will be sent to a specific route to store the data into the database. So if you go to the code over here, right, we have the input over here. For the form over here, we don't have a function that supports submitting form yet. And I just wanna introduce you to Inertia. So let's go to inertia.js.com. And then if you go to form over here, and then you go to view over here, this is how you can handle the form in Vue with Inertia.js. So you can use reactive like this, but I don't recommend you use reactive because when you use reactive, it won't return the error. And I recommend you use form helper. So form helper is very common in Inertia. This is how you use it. You just import it from Inertia.js Vue 3 and then you use it like this. And then you use vModel and then specify form and then object email, something like this. And then you can show the error that's returned from a controller like this. Okay, let's implement this together. You just copy this one to use this form, okay? Okay, let me show you. We import use form from Vue 3, or we just put it with head over here. Okay, the next step, okay, in script over here, I will put const and then form and then call this use form. Okay, and then we can declare object for the form that we are going to use. The first object is for name or product name, so we just put over here name. The second object that support input box is price, and the third one is description. Okay, and then we can use vModel to blind this object with the input field. Okay, vModel and then this form, okay, and dot name. I will show you the error later on, or we just implement the error, or just copy it from here. Or you don't have to copy it, or just write it down over here. I'm gonna put div over here. Over here, we are going to use if form dot errors dot name. We just show it over here. Form dot errors dot name, and we can put CSS over here. Class text small and then text red 600. Okay, this should be good. And over here we can put vModel form dot price and then just copy this one, the error message, and this one change to error price, and this one show what is the error. Copy this one, put it down here, and then just put description over here, description. Okay, if this, and over here vModel form dot description. Okay, right now we can access data from use form. For example, when a user hits submit over here, we are going to call submit over here if somebody submit this form, and we have to prevent, and then we can call a function handle submit. Okay, I'm going to create this function over here, con handle submit arrow function, and then we can do like console log like form. Okay, if we go back here, and then over here if I type mango to, let me right click inspect over here first and console, and then price 2 and description, you will see mango price 2 description. We will send this information to the backend. We can send this information by using form dot post. So post mean we want to save data into database, right? And then route, so we're gonna specify route raider, but the route name I'm going to name is products.store. Okay, let's create this product route in web.php. Okay, over here I just copy this one, and over here, because over here we use post, right? Here must be route post, and then I can remove this one, and this one controller we can use store function. We are going to create this function again, and then this store. So product store is the route name, so we indicate it's over here. Okay, this data will send to product controller store function. Let's create a store function in controller. Over here, public function store. Okay, and in store we can receive the information through request over here. So if we like dump information over here, like request, see, let's see if we can see anything. Okay, over here like mango price 2 and 222. If I add product, see, I dump information over here. I will be able to access the information content over here, mango price description. So we have to validate this information. So let's validate this first. So I declare variable data and then request validate. This is Laravel function. So first one is name. So we want user to put name, so we put is required over here, and then name must be string, and the max length is 255. And the second one is price. Product needs to have price. Then it must be numeric, and min is 0. Okay, the last one is description. So description can be nullable, and it must be string. Okay, the next step, we want to save this data into the database. But if you go to database SQLite over here, you will see that we don't have a products table over here yet. And if you take a look at the architecture over here, we are at the controller. In order to save data into database, we have to interact with model, and then let model save the data into the database. Okay, how to do it? We have to create a table for products over here, and we have to create a model for products as well. Over here, see, we only have user model. So in order to create a table and a model for products, we can use command line over here. PSP artisan make model, and then the model that we want to create is product, and we want to create migration files. So the migration files is used to create a table. Hit enter. I mean a product table. Now the migration files is created over here. You will see is over here, create products table. We can use these files to create a product table, and if you go to models over here, you will see products model over here. We can use this products model to interact with database or a table. Okay, over here, let's design a table together. In products table, we have ID and timestamp. Let's add other columns for this products table. Table, and then a string, column name, and the second column is table decimal, and this is for price, and the total is 10, and then places is 2. And then the last one, table text for description, and this column can be nullable. Okay, next step, we are going to execute these files to create a table for us. So we can use this command php artisan migrate and hit enter. You will see if you execute these files, and when it's done, if you go to the database, you will see products table over here. Okay, in products model over here, we have to specify fillable column over here. Let's put protected and then fillable. This is override, and then we want this column to be fillable. The first one is name, and then the second one is price, and then the last one is description. The next step, let's go back to products controller because we are going to add this data to the database. So when you look at controller over here, so we have to call model first. Okay, let's call model over here. I will call model because we have create model product over here, and it will import its from use app model products here. Okay, and then we can call create function, and then we just pass this data inside this parameter bracket. Okay, and after we have saved data into the database, we want to return back to products index. So over here I put return redirect, and then the route name, so I want to go back to products index, and I want to return it with message. Okay, products added successfully. Okay, let's test this out. Let's go to the application over here, refresh one time, and then put mango over here, price 2, yellow mango, and click on add a product. You will see nothing, but if you go to database over here and then go to products, and you will see mango is in database now. Okay, one thing that you notice when the information is saved into database, you don't see any notification or message over here. Actually, over here in product controller, we already attach a message product added successfully. We have to configure the application to show this message. Okay, and if you go to Inertia and if you go to share data, and if you scroll down, this is how the data is shared between a page. Okay, and if you scroll down, you will see flash message over here. This is how to implement flash message. Okay, you have to put flash message in inertia request where it is. If you go back to the application, the code over here, in app over here, and in HTTP, you will see middleware folder over here, and if you go to handle inertia request and scroll down, you will see public function share over here. You just add flash over here. Okay, you just copy the code here if you don't want a code. Okay, it's just allow us to use flash and get message from session get message. This message is this message. Okay, and the next step, if you go to Vue, you have to create something like this. We just copy this code, and then if you go to index, if you go to products index over here, and for example, I want to show the message over here. Let me format the document. And for the page over here, you can access the page there by declare variable cons page and use page, and import use page from Inertia Vue. You can just copy this one. Okay, and then I'm going to put use page over here. Okay, and then we import use page from here. Okay, and then page over here we can put page over here. There is an error over here. It's just like the type unknown. We can put like question mark over here, and it still display a warning for message. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's try the application. Let's refresh and create orange, big orange. Okay, let's add. You will see product added successfully. We have to design the notification to make it look good. I think I will get a component from Shadcn. Okay, let's go to Shadcn over here, and let's take a look at alert over here. See, I like something like this. So we have to run this command npx Shadcn. Just copy this command. The reason that we have to run this command is because if you go to component and then go to UI, you don't see alert, and over here you don't see alert because it haven't installed in the application yet. So just run the command over here and hit enter. Why? Yes. Okay, and then if you go to UI, you will see alert over here. So it's have installed in this component folder. Okay, we can use this right now, and let's see how to use it. Okay, you can import it like this. Just copy the code. I think it's easy. Okay, over here just import this first, and then we just copy this one and put this over here. Let's right click and format document. Okay, let's take a look at the application first. It's going to look like this. I want the color to be blue, so I put class over here, bg blue 200. So this step we are designing this notification. I think we can add a logo over here. Let's go to Lucide and let's search for Locket. Okay, this icon, and then see in action, and in Vue over here is how you import it, and import it over here. Okay, and then this is how you can call the component. Okay, Locket. Okay, I put class. Let's put some style on it. H4, height 4, width 4. Okay, and this one I'm going to put notification. If it look good. Okay, this look good. So I will move this alert inside this div. For the class over here, I will put mb4. Let's format document again, and then this message we are going to put it inside alert description. Okay, let's format again. Okay, I think this look good. Okay, let's see. Create a product. Banana 5 yellow. See, product added successfully. Okay, this look good. Okay, there is one thing that I forget to mention about. Because in the code we are using use form, and we have make it show an error. Here is the error that we have code. See, the name field is required, the price is required. And one more thing I want to mention is about disable a form. Let's go to forms over here, and when the form is processing, you want to disable a form to protect a user to click on it again. Here is the code that you can use to disable the form while processing. You just copy it and put it over here. In create, add product over here, just put something like this. Okay, and for example, if the internet is slow, let me go to inspect, and let me set network to 3G. Yeah, 3G, and then let's put phone over here, and price 3, and description blah blah blah. And when I click add, you will see the button is disabled while it's processing. Okay, let's remove 3G from here. Okay. Okay, the next step, we are going to learn how to read all products or view or fetch data from the database. I want to show all products from the database on this page, products. I will put all products in a table and show it over here. From here, let's go back to the code and let's close this one, create, and then in index over here, we can create a div over here and put a table over here. Okay, let's take a look at a table from Shadcn. Okay, and then just scroll down to the bottom and you will see table over here. So this is the sample code, and you can install table by using this command. I will copy it. Make sure that you select npm. Okay, let's go back here. And if you come to components over here, you won't see a table here because we have to install it. Okay, let's paste it down over here and you will see table component inside components folder. Okay, you will see table folder over here and you can use a component from it. Okay, let's go back to the documentation of Shadcn. We can use this code as a sample. Okay, first of all, we have to import table components. Import them over here. And then let's go back to copy a sample code of a table over here. Just copy it and put this over here inside the div. Let's format the document, save, and then let's go back to the application. Actually, I want this button to be on top of this table. Okay, let's move it. And this is a button. Okay, I can create a div over here and put the button over here. Okay, let's format document. This look good for a starter. Okay, let's go back to the code and I will make some change over here. A list of your recent invoice, just put products here. And over here, we change it from invoice to ID. And the second column should be name. And the third column can be price. We need one more column. And I'm going to put description over here. Okay, and this one I change is to action. I will put a delete button and edit button on this column. This one I change to center. And this one is table row. Is the data inside the table. See, this is the header. We just put ID, name, price, description, and action. And over here, I will remove this one. And I will copy this one and put it over here as a temporary table cell. Over here, how many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe one more, 5. Let's see. I need this one to align center, so we have to make change. Table cell over here, class text center. Okay, the next step, let's take a look at the architecture. Actually, we already have product controller, right? And we have index as a function. If we want a data from the database, we have to ask model to give us that data, and then we will return the data to Vue, this page. So let's go to controller, product controller over here, and scroll up on index over here is return information to products index. We are over here, right? We are in controller. And if you take a look at the architecture over here, this controller, because we want data from a database, so we have to ask a model, a product model. We have used a product model before, so we don't have to import it. We just declare a variable over here to store data from a product model. Products, and then we go to model product, and then latest, we call this one to extract the latest information, and then we get all. Okay, and then we can return a product to this page, products index. Okay, I will return this like this, compact, and then we put product variable name, this variable name over here. If you look at the architecture over here, you will see products data are in controller right now, and it is returned to Vue. So we can go to Vue and extract that information. So in Vue, we can go to index.vue. To get the data that's returned from Vue, we have to use define props. These help us to get props from Inertia. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go to the documentation of Inertia.js.com and go to page over here, you will see the example. See, over here, controller return user information to show, and this is user information. So, and when you are in the front end and want to get the data from controller, you have to use define prop over here. Then you can get data from the controller. Because we use TypeScript in the front end, so the way that we implement will be a little bit different from here. But just remember it. Whenever you want to get data from controller, in the front end, you have to use define prop. Let's go back here and over here, I will create const and then prop and then define prop over here. And we will define type because we use TypeScript. Okay. This one I will comment get prop from Inertia. Okay. And over here there is an error. We have to define an interface for this prop. Okay, let's put interface over here and then prop and then products. This data we will get product from controller, right? Or from Inertia, whatever, and the type of the product array. So we have to define interface for this product, the data that we get from the controller. Interface, okay, and then product. And we will have like type like ID should be number, and then name should be string, and price should be number, and then description should be string. Okay. In the table row over here, we can use a loop to loop through each product here. Okay. And let me show you this way. Table row v4 and then product in. We get product in prop dot products. Put key over here, product dot ID. And over here I want to show product dot ID in the first column, and then show product dot name in the second column. And let me put class over here, font medium. And over here should be product dot price, and this one product dot description. And over here we just leave it empty, or we just put edit and delete at a reference over here. Okay, let's take a look. See, we get all information over here and it look good. What if I add new information? Create a product test 1, and then you will see test 111. Okay, the next step, we will learn how to update in CRUD operation, so you can edit or modify data in the database. We are going to start from Vue. I want to create a button so user can click on the button and redirect to an edit page. Over here, I will remove, delete, and edit. Then I will create a button over here. I put edit here. I want to change the color of the button, so I put class here. Then I put bg slate 600, and let's take a look. Okay, the color has been changed. I will put link over here, this link from Inertia, and close the tag over here. Okay, and over here we will put href, but we have to put colon over here first, and we are going to put route name. We have to create a route for an edit page. Okay, we go to web. See, right now we are in this step, route. So we can create a route over here. Just copy this one and put it here. Change this one to get. The URL will be products, and then get the product parameter, maybe product ID. We pass the product to this URL, and then add it. So this is the URL, and the controller, we use edit function. Then I will name this route as products added. Okay, if we go back to index.vue, we can put the route name over here, products.added. Let's go to web and then go to controller, and we have to create a new function over here, added. You will notice that we have passed products via the route, so we can receive it in controller here. You just specify the model first and then the variable products. This variable must be matched to this name. Then we can return inertia and render. We want to render products added. Then we will use compact and specify the product that I want to edit. This product is from here, so we just put this over here. We get this product from route, right? You see over here. Next step, we have to create edit files here. Okay, let's go to products here and new files, edit.vue. The design of the edit page is quite similar to create, so we can use create as a reference. Just copy them and then just paste it over here. Okay, let's make some change over here. Instead of using title create a product, we can put this edit. This one I will make a change later, so I will leave it empty. Actually, I will put it directly over here instead of using variable. And for the head over here, we can use edit a product. Okay, let's take a look. Let's refresh the page here. Oh, there's one thing I forgot. I think in the index over here, the edit button, I forgot to pass product ID over here. ID product.id here. So because in route here, see, we pass product via this URL, so when we create a button, we have to pass a product as well. Okay, let's go back here. If I click on the edit button, the route changed but doesn't affect anything. Let me refresh it. Okay, let's go back to product and try it again. See, it's worked. Edit a product over here. Okay, this one we have to change to edit a product. Okay, let's go to edit, and over here put edit. In edit page, we want to show the information that we want to edit in this text box. We are going to get that information via prop. It is quite similar to display all product in the index page. We also use prop as well because we return this information to Vue, right? Product, so we can get the product over here via prop. Okay, let's put con and then prop equal define props, and then let's put the type over here. We only receive a product over here, so we don't have to use array. Product, and then the type of the product. Okay, for the type of the product, we have to create an interface for it. Interface, and then product, right? The data that we return, ID must be number, and then name must be string. and then description must be string, and price must be number, all over here. Alright, this good. Then in form here we can change it to prop, so we get information from prop here, and then product dot name, this one props product dot price, and props product dot description. This form information will put into this input directly. Okay, we use V model, and you will see that the data display on this text box here. And let me refresh this one. Let me click on edit here. Alright, and over here in breadcrumb here, I use this variable. I just copy this array. Okay, and I will remove this one, and this one I will paste the array over here. Let me format the document. Let me put them in the same line. The reason that I put them over here, I want it to be more flexible because it's related to URL. Okay, it should be something like this. So for the URL, I will put backtick, and then the URL should be products, and then we get the ID from prop dot product dot ID, and over here add it. When they submit this form, instead of using post, in order to update information, we will use put method, and then go to this route products dot update. We have to create this route for update information and controller as well, and then we have to pass product via this route, and then we want to pass prop dot product. Okay, next step, let's create this route in web over here. Just copy this one, because here we use put method. Over here we must specify put, and then we don't need edit because it's only product and product here, and this one change to update, and this one update. See, update. And we go to controller to create update function, public function update. Over here we have passed product via the URL, so we can receive product over here, product, and then product. This is the product that's passed via the URL, but we also need the products in text box as well, the data in text box here. So we can get it by using request and request. Is this request? We just copy from here. Okay, just put here. Okay, the first step, we are going to validate the information first. Request, and then validate. The validate is quite similar to create. Just copy it and put it over here, so we can save more time and energy. The next step, we want to update the product. Okay, we just update product, call update. Okay, the first column is name, so we want to update it to the new information which come from request, and then input name. So this is the name from input over here. Okay, just copy this one, and the second input that we want to update is price and description. Price description. After it's updated, we want it to redirect to the index page. We just copy this one and put this over here. Okay, and the message that we want to show is product updated successfully, the notification. Okay, let's try. Let's go back here and refresh the page. From task over here, I will change this to pineapple, and this one is 12 yellow 1. Okay, add it. You will see pineapple 12 yellow 1 over here. How about I remove this one and don't put anything? It will show me price field is required. How about I put 15, and you will see notification over here, product updated successfully. Alright, we come to the last operation that we want to implement. It's about deleting. This operation is about removing data from the database. For example, delete a user from a website or delete a product from a website. Okay, we are going to start with create a button on the index page. Let's go to index.vue, and then over here I can create a button and then put delete over here. Let's put some color on it, BG red 600, and if somebody click on it, I will call a function handle delete, and then I will pass product.id over here. We have to create this function under cons page. I will create an arrow function con handle delete, and we will receive ID, which is number. Next, I will add a confirm dialog box. Do you want to delete a product? If a user click on yes, we will go to router, delete, and then we put the route name, and the route name must be products.destroy, and we will pass an ID over here. We have to import this router from Inertia. Just put router. Okay, and let's take a look at the UI. Okay, I will put a space between the button. Let's put space x2. Okay, this look good. And if you click on delete, and if you click OK, it's nothing happen because we haven't implemented this route yet. Destroy. Okay, let's go to web to implement the route. Let's just copy this route, and then over here we put destroy, and we receive product over here, and we create a function destroy in controller, and then we name this route destroy. Okay, let's go to controller, and then let's put public function destroy. Okay, because the route has passed a product here, and we can receive a product over here, product, and then variable product, and over here we call product, and we want to destroy it, delete, and then we just return back to the index page. I copy this code and put this over here, and in the message I will put product deleted successfully. Save it, and then go back to this page, refresh it. Destroy does not exist. Let's take a look at web over here. It should be delete. Okay. I'm so sorry. And index over here, this one is delete. Okay, I think it should be good. Let's go back here, refresh the page again, and click on delete over here. Click OK. Click OK. Product deleted successfully. Okay. Alright, this is all about this tutorial. If you like this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment down below.